Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm the Managing Director of Integrity Legal Thailand here in Bangkok. This video will briefly discuss Thai business visas, specifically Thai business visas. It'll also be a bit of an overview of how the Thai immigration process works and the Thai immigration apparatus. Pretty much the most commonly utilized visa for those staying in Thailand for a relatively long period of time, and by relatively long period of time, I mean to say 90 days or more. The most commonly used visa for this type of person is going to be a business visa. There are other types of visas with respect to tourism and exemption stamps. I'm not going to go into those at all in this overview. There are also Thai marriage visas, which are called the O visa, Thai education visas, the ED category, the OA subcategory, which that's the retirement visa for those wishing to retire in Thailand. I'm not going to mention those specifically in this video. This is just talking about the business visa. Those coming here to work in Thailand, routinely what you see, or what I see on a routine basis, is those type of people are going to be getting a business visa. To be clear, a business visa is not work authorized. In certain instances under U.S. immigration law, business visas are work authorized, or certain types of business visas are work authorized. Most notably the H-1B or the L-1 visa. That visa comes with work authorization attached to it. In Thailand, under the system that the Thais have devised, work authorization is a separate matter from business visa status. Business visa status is specifically an immigration categorization and is a different thing from labor authorization. There's another video on our channel here that discusses Thai work permits. Those interested in Thai work permits, I strongly recommend that you go over to that video and have a look at that information, because Thai work permits are an entirely different matter. A couple of things I wanted to discuss regarding Thai business visas specifically are the types of business visas. So what I mean to say is there are really two types that I look at when I'm at work here in Bangkok with respect to clients that are really going to be operable over a long period of time. And by long period of time, I mean in increments of a year. There's the multiple entry Thai business visa, the 1-year multiple entry Thai business visa, and then there's what is called the visa extension in B status. So let me give you for example what the difference is between these two. Someone with a multiple entry Thai business visa will be issued that document from an embassy or consulate, Royal Thai Embassy or consulate, which is under the jurisdiction of the Foreign Ministry of Thailand. They're going to obtain that document abroad. So they're going to obtain that from a jurisdiction like, say, the Thai Embassy in London, or the Thai Embassy in New York, or a Thai consulate in New York. That's not going to be obtained within Thailand. Okay, that type of visa, you're going to get that abroad. It's issued for 1 year. It's called a multi-entry because you're allowed to come and go. But most importantly, every time one enters the Kingdom of Thailand in multiple entry status, multi-entry B status, they're only allowed to enter the country for 90 days at a time. The visa itself is issued with a 1-year validity, but the status one gains when being stamped in by immigration at, say, Suvarnabhumi Airport is only going to be for 90 days. The difference between this and an extension I'll explain to you in a moment. Just one more thing about multi-entries. There's sort of a little bonus to the multi-entry visa, because toward the end of the visa's validity, one could say come back into the country, theoretically. As always with all immigration matters, visas are always subject to the scrutiny of the immigration officer making an adjudication as to one's ability to enter the country. So notwithstanding the fact one has a visa, it's not a foregone conclusion that one is going to be admitted to the country the visa's been issued for. Setting that aside, on a 1-year multi-entry visa, a person could have been using it to basically be in Thailand or spend a large part of a year in Thailand. But if they go out and come back in a day or 2 days, whatever, as long as they come back in before that visa's expiration, they're going to be given a 90-day stamp upon being stamped back into the Kingdom of Thailand. So in a way, this visa can be utilized for more than a year if used properly. A side note regarding multi-entry visas, these have been fairly popular, especially amongst those who don't spend all of their given year in the kingdom. Here recently, at least I've noticed that adjudication of such visas has become, the scrutiny of such adjudications has become a lot tighter, and the result is that there's fewer of those visas being issued. It's still possible to get one, but just understand that there was a time when it was a bit more lax policy regarding issuance of those documents. Here recently, more and more, it appears that posts abroad, Royal Thai embassies and consulates abroad, are more apt to issue a 90-day business visa and then require that that individual getting that 90-day business visa obtain work authorization in Thailand and then get an extension. That brings me to the issue of extensions of a Thai business visa. So once someone has issued an initial business visa from abroad, they come into Thailand, they either work for themselves or they work for a company, and they get a work permit. Okay? Work permits are on another video in this channel. I recommend that you check that out yourself. But assuming a work permit is issued, let's look to the fact of what happens after that work permit is issued. Well, after a work permit is issued, an individual can then request from Royal Thai Immigration Police here in Thailand to have their business visa status extended. Generally speaking, such status is extended in one-year increments. So one can have their business visa status extended from the 90-day visa initially issued, or theoretically from a multi-entry visa initially issued, to a one-year extension. A couple of things to note about a one-year extension. One-year visa extensions are subject to fairly intense scrutiny, at least at the time of this video, by Royal Thai Immigration Police. A great deal will be looked at with respect to that individual's work authorization, the activities they're undertaking, the activities of the company, and the tax history and the Social Security of the various Thai employees being paid in with respect to that company. What I mean to say is all of that is going to be looked at by immigration. Another thing to think about with respect to an extension. If a Thai business visa extension is issued, the visa extension itself is simply that. It's an extension. If one leaves the country with that extension and does not obtain what's called a Thai reentry permit, a reentry permit from immigration, either at, say, Chiang Watna or a Royal Thai immigration office in another province, or get a reentry permit at an airport before leaving Thailand. If one leaves Thailand with just an extension and does not obtain a reentry permit, that visa dies at the point at which that person exits the kingdom. That's a very big issue for those who've been issued an extension, because the process of getting extension can be rather intense, and failure to get a reentry permit essentially kills that individual's status. That can be a problem that most people do not want to have. Quick overview of what we just discussed. There are two types of long-term business visas for Thailand. Multi-entry business visas issued with a one-year validity. That requires that an individual leave the country every 90 days, and every time that individual on that visa enters the country, they will be stamped in for a 90-day period. Or there's the visa extension, and the visa extension is issued generally in one-year increments after a person has been work authorized in the Kingdom of Thailand. One other quick thing to bring up with respect to business visa extensions, even though one has obtained a business visa extension, every 90 days following the initial extension of the visa, one has to check in with the immigration office with jurisdiction over that individual to give an update to immigration officers as to the address where that individual is residing.